From the studios, it's Euroyard. We're back with the ESC Top 400 Countdown. So the songs today that we're going to give you, number 175 to number 151. So we're getting closer and closer to what we think is the best Eurovision song of all time. But how did we come up with these scores? Now, if you haven't watched the other videos, first, what's wrong with you? But assuming we want to humor you for a minute, we'll tell you we have watched or listened to every single song in Eurovision history. That's 1,757 songs, which also includes a few non-qualifiers from the first true semifinal, the pre-qualification of Mill Street in 1993, and we rate every song on a proprietary blend of categories that includes overall impression and engagement, vocals, composition and lyrics, and staging. So if you're ready, we're just going to get right into the list, and this is number 175. And this song, this is a good one from Spain. 1986 Valentino by Cadillac. So we're getting to the point on this list where I love pretty much everything that's here at this point. Because now we're really plunging into like the top 10% of what I think are all-time Eurovision songs. So this song was really different for Spain. They went with 80s rock and not a big ballad. They had some ballads in the 80s. This was not a ballad. This song, I think, had a great arrangement. I could have listened to this back in 1986. And a side note, I really liked the way that the backing singers were emoting when the cameras were on them, which was a really nice touch. But after I put the notes together and I was getting ready to talk about this song, I have had this song stuck in my head for a couple of days now. Now, number 174, we go to Austria in 1968. The song by Karl Gott is called Tausend Fenster, or 1,000 Windows. So when we did our 1968 review, which you can watch here on our channel, we did a review of all the songs in the 1968 contest. I noted what a great voice that Gott had. And it's entirely true. In a 1968 contest that was loaded with talent, he did deserve better than what he got, which was 13th place, because I thought he sang great. So now number 173, we go to Monaco, 1962. The song is called Debian by François Degel, and the song title means Say Nothing. So François Degel was certainly one of the better singers that Monaco had in their earlier days of participating in the contest. His voice was so lusciously deep. It was soothing how he sang. Like, he could probably put some babies to sleep with his voice. This is not the last you're going to see of him either. He was the runner-up, though, in 1962. So now we move ahead to 1978, Germany at 172. The song is called Fire by Irene Shear. So according to this song, fire doesn't just burn in the fireplace, but it really should. And if yours doesn't, then maybe you should call the fire department. Now, Irene, she is an interesting performer. We have seen her before. We saw her in 1974. Luckily, this time, she did not have to go on after ABBA, which I'm sure she appreciated. This wouldn't be her last appearance at the contest, but I think this was her best performance. This was a strong number, and it came in 6th in 1978. So now maybe another forgotten Eurovision entry, unless you remember it, in which case it's not forgotten. Luxembourg, 1964 at 171. This is Dès que le printemps revient by Hugo Frey, and the song title means Once Spring Returns. So now, Hugo Frey, he was a contemporary of Bob Dylan. It showed in his music. There was a lot of similarity. But this kind of song, even back in 1964, it was completely different for the contest at the time. His voice was also very unique. And to be honest, I can't think of a lot of people in the contest history of 70 years that have had his particular vocal profile. Now, fun fact about him. As of 2026, he is 96 years old and he is still performing gigs. Unbelievable. So now we advance to France. 1993 is 170. The song is called Mama Corsica by Patrick Fiori. And this was an excellent song by France. They didn't really go the ballad route this time. At least nothing like some of the other songs that we've seen on this list from France. The melody of this was very upbeat. No surprise. he could also sing. The piano plus the mandolins too here. I mean, chef's kiss. So now number 169, this is Serbia 2015. Beauty Never Lies by Bojana Stamanov. And this is admittedly a guilty pleasure song of mine. There have been a few on this list. So the lyrics were what they were. But you can't say that the song didn't have a message, because it absolutely did. So now she got to show off a lot of range here too. And the song evolved from a lower volume to a really, really grand number in a contest where there were several of them. And no, we are not done talking about 2015 yet. Oh, I'm so looking forward to talking about this. Germany, 1979. At 168, it's Genghis Khan by Genghis Khan. Hoo, ha, hoo, ha. Germany sent some iconic songs to Eurovision in the 70s. They got absolutely nothing to show for it, by the way. Not a single win in the 70s. This, of course, was their last entry of the 70s, and it came in 4th place. So a good placement, but no wins. And these people, they delivered a performance that it was complete with costuming. Now, I wasn't really getting like Mongolian Empire from this performance, but I mean, they were up there doing the thing, and it was highly memorable and highly entertaining. So now we go backwards in time to 1964 for the Swiss entry at number 167. This is called I miei pensieri by Anita Traversi, and the song title means My Thoughts. So Anita never really got the recognition that she deserved at Eurovision, at least in my opinion. In fact, she got no recognition at all. So now in 1964, this song came in last place. I happen to think that that's an abomination, and let me tell you why. This song, it was very pretty. It was also very sedate, sure, but I became a fan of hers from the first time that I listened through all of the Eurovision songs. And I have never wavered from that once. How I score the songs has changed over the years. But even despite that changing, maybe the scores dropped or fluctuated a little, but I've never wavered from the fact that I've thought that this was actually a very, very pleasing song. But now we go from sedate to not sedate at all. Back to that great 1985 contest. This is Sweden, 1985 at 166. This is Bra Vibrationer by Kiki Danielsson. And the song title means good vibration. So this was just good old-fashioned Swedish fun. A great host entry, to be honest. Honestly, I'd have to total up the numbers again. This might have been Sweden's best host entry as far as I'm concerned. And it did come in 3rd place, so they almost won again. It was just a highly enjoyable and energetic song from start to finish, and it never let off the gas even once. So now at number 165, we welcome Azerbaijan to the list. Their 2013 entry, Hold Me. And like I said, Azerbaijan's first entry on this top 400. And not only did I find the staging interesting, and like there was a thought out concept there, which there was, but the vocals were also good too. And the chorus, especially when he's singing real loud, it just hit hard. This came in 2nd in 2013, might have even been good enough to win. But ironically, we actually haven't even come upon our Deuce Point song yet for 2013. Oh, and this is a good one, number 164. This is Croatia, 1998. Neka me ni svane by Daniela, and that song title means May the Dawn Never Rise. So this is certainly one of independent Croatia's best. She did get a bonus point for me because she did that reveal. Daniela has a beautiful voice, which if you watch National Final Season in 2026, you heard her sing because she was there. And if I spoke any Croatian, I would probably take it upon myself to learn the lyrics because this is a great song. And it was a very well done performance. So we go back to the iconic 1974 contest. This is Spain at number 163. The song title is Cante Se Feliz, or Sing and Be Happy. And yeah, you could say it was a happy song. I certainly would. What a great representative of Spanish music this was as well. I know the 1974 contest was strong, but Spain could have done better than 9th for this very, very bright song which definitely had a few layers to it. So now we move ahead to 2016 for number 162. This was Russia's entry that year. It's You Are the Only One by Sergei Lazarev. I've said it before. I will say it again right now. Sergei was the best performer that Russia ever sent to the contest, I think. And his staging in 2016 rivaled, I think, what Måns did the year before for Sweden. When he started going up those steps, that was a very different and very unique visual. It was just a strong performance in general, but just some of the staging visuals, they were really, really something else. And now we have another winner at number 161. This is Italy, 1964. The song is called Non ho l'età by Gigliola Cinquetti. And the song title means I'm not old enough. So now I have maintained throughout every time that I've scored the songs that it seemed like she was holding back a little while she was performing. But ultimately, this is an iconic song. It is about as well known as any Italian Eurovision entry ever. And yes, there is surviving video of it. So if you go out into the internet, you can find video of this performance. It was quite good. So now we move over to 1976 for number 160. This was Israel's entry from that year. It's called Imor Shalom, or Say Hello by Chocolate Menta Mastic. So this song, it was just a lot of fun. They did tend to do that with their songs back in the 70s, give you something fun. I loved the vibe. I loved the melody. It was an aggressively 70s song. But you know what? I actually think on some level that this still works today, 50 years later. Now we go to Yugoslavia for their 1965 entry at number 159. This is Chesnja, or Longing, by Vice Vukov. And again, invoking the vocals too good to ignore clause here. We told you in a previous video, because he's been on this list before, we told you about Vice's background as a Croatian patriot and then a politician. But during his singing years, boy, could this guy sing. I honestly think that he was one of pre-breakup Yugoslavia's best vocalists. And you might find better, but you won't find many. So now moving ahead to 1973. This song is number 158. It's from Italy by Massimo Ranieri. And the song is called Chi sarà con te. And that means who will be with you. So this is another one with great vocals and also no recognition. So this song back in 1973, it came in 13th. Definitely too low. So now Massimo Ranieri, he was and still is a great performer. Just had such command with his vocals. He was just very much in control of his volume and his power. And obviously he was very good at showing off range. I have always been a fan of this performance. Maybe not as much as his other one though, but always a fan of it. So now a little more modern of a song. This is the UK 2009, their song by Jade Ewan at 157. It's called It's My Time. So this was along with a backing performance from none other than Andrew Lloyd Webber. So she had some star power in this number. And yeah, this song, we call some songs like this as being in the Disney princess line or the Disney princess tradition. You can debate the finer points of that all day, but you can't debate that she did really, really well. So there was an extended period for the UK, unfortunately for them, where you could say this was their best entry in a while. And this was their last good entry for a while. And now at number 156, we have another winner. This was Ukraine. 2016, 1944 by Jamala. And the first Eurovision song here to include lyrics in Crimean Tatar. That was definitely not a coincidence given the geopolitical situation going on. So Jamala, she sang with a lot of emotion. And that is what landed this song as high as it is here. So now there are places that have rated this song among the best winners ever at the contest, among the best songs. I can't agree. It wasn't even my winning song for 2016. You will soon see what that was. We will get there later on this list, but I don't think you can deny that it was a really good song. So now we go to Denmark, 1989 for song number 155. The song is called Vi maler byen rød, or We Paint the Town Red by Birte Kjær. And I would say this song was a lot of fun. I would not have been upset at all to see this song win in 1989. It was a good song with a good singer. It had a good beat. Her costume, red, matched the theme of the song. The energy of the performance, I think, matched the tone of the composition and the lyric. So I think it was just an all-around good effort for Denmark here, and it was one of their better entries for sure. And now at number 154, we have another winner. This is Israel, 1998. Diva by Dana International. Now, Dana, she owned that stage. So what I think sold this song was her stage presence. She didn't have to move around a lot to sell it. It was a really likable song with a certain energy to it. And she knew what she was doing here. And that energy just carried through the whole performance. And it had a great and unique and kind of fun sound. So now we back up to 1968 for France's entry. At number 153, this is La Source by Isabelle Aubray. The song title means the source. So 1968, a great contest indeed. We had already seen Isabelle win in 1962, so this was her return to the contest. And in some respects, I actually like this song better than her winning song. I believe her winning song is higher up this list, so you'll see it soon. But I can't really complain about either one of her entries. She was a great performer. She was a great singer. And this song, it just had just a very, like an understated quality to it, but I thought it was very good. And in a tough contest to stand out, it stood out. And we have another winner, Austria 2025. At number 152, the song is called Wasted Love by JJ, the most recent winner of the Eurovision Song Contest. And again, we invoke the vocals Too Good to Ignore clause. So now, as you well know, this wasn't my favorite of 2025. It's obviously high up there, but we do have other songs further up the list. If you were a fan of the channel, you would have seen that already and known that. But JJ, look, he is an extremely talented individual. His own personal charisma made this song very likable. And not factored into its high score is the fact that Taya of Who the Hell is Edgar? She was a songwriter of this, and I love that for her, that she's a Eurovision winner. And now the last song for now, number 151, we're back to François Degel. This was his 1960 entry, Ce Soir-là, or That Night. So the same endorsements that we gave him before, they applied as well in 1960. He was a great singer with a velvety smooth voice. Monaco knew what they were doing when they sent him to this contest, not once, but twice. And the drums, I think, really added another layer to this song that I really, really liked. And I think that this had a great arrangement. So that's it. 250 down, 150 to go. The next 25 coming your way at EuroYard. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. We'll see you soon.